All right. Welcome to Touching Eternity, the podcast.
Loading.
Hello. Welcome to Touching Eternity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick, and here is my best friend and husband, Magni.
Hey, everybody.
He is joining me temporarily while we're getting started tonight. We are waiting for Alicia to join us. She is on her way. She should be here in about 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, she's here now.
Okay.
So go let her in, and she will join us. So she was running just a little bit to the wire. She said 7:58, and it is exactly 7:58. So I just wanted to get started a little bit so that we could get people online before we get started with tonight's lesson. Tonight is going to be the Tarot with Sid, the Swords of Tarot. So come on in, Alicia.
Oh, hi.
So come on in. I still got us up on the screen. Just letting people get logged in. We have one logged in. Still have a minute. Still have a minute.
I have 1 minute, so I didn't do
You
two.
did good. Would you like? So you brought something.
I brought
Magni.
water.
Mags.
Yes, love.
Could you fix me a tea in a glass that's nice, please, and I guess
And a napkin, maybe?
and a
I was
napkin.
gonna say,
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you doing pretzel service?
Pretzels.
Yes, he's doing pretzel service. Yeah, he's doing pretzel service like on the plane.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You have your custom order.
Tea and a what?
Yes. You want
I'm
just some
good.
tea and just something to put it on so I don't mess up
It's
the desk.
have you had the weird throat thing that's going around?
Everybody,
city?
I almost had, no, I've been good. I started to have something a little bit today at work because everybody was hacking at work and doing stuff. But then I still, mine was just because I was dry because I've been running all day because work was very busy today. I got all kind of new projects going on and I didn't have time to barely drink or eat today.
Yes.
And so I was dry most of the day. So let's, everybody. Welcome to Touch Eternity, the podcast. I am your host, Sid Patrick, and here's my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful co-host, Miss Alicia Nicole.
Running late, but
She
here.
is not running late. She was on
We are
time.
on.
She was on the dime. On the dime tonight. So let's go to the full scene. Ooh.
Woo. It's Wednesday.
It is
We're
Wednesday.
almost halfway through the week.
Yes. Well, I only have one more day that I'm off to Snowland. It's snowing where I'm going. I'm going to Tulsa this weekend.
Oh, nice.
I'm working a big fair there. They're having a blizzard right now. They have a foot of snow.
Jeez.
And then we're flying in Friday morning, and then we are heading to this beautiful hotel that we love staying at. And we have a
That
big
should be
event. We're
nice.
doing aura photos all weekend.
Ooh.
I love it.
I am supporting my friends in parades this weekend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Chris. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chris. So Chris is with us. We got a few people get started up here. So before we get started on the PowerPoint, I'm talking about. Yes, that's what I do need because I do need. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, where's...
Slow your
Yes.
because it's been a rough day.
It has
Oh, I don't want to be
a
drinking.
real glass.
I don't want to drink out of that one. Better.
No, no, it's on that list. Just grab it, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I had to take an intermission.
Yes.
Now I do want to show love.
So we've had, I think everybody I know has an upper respiratory infection.
Yes, I've been good. I don't have anything. I did get everybody around me was coughing at work. I stayed away from people. I even wore a mask during a big portion of it. And so,
I think I need to do that tomorrow.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's going around, and then I always theorize too because it's going to be like Super Bowl again, where we're going to have 5 million visitors flocking into the city. They come, they enjoy our culture, and then they leave us with all their diseases and viruses.
Yes, they do. And TB is going around. Measles is going around. You know, avian flu's going around. We have a lot going around.
Hi, Stacy.
Oh, you did. 139. Oh, are you, Chris? Are you going to make it to? Are you able to make it to Touching Eternity this year? Because she'll be there. Oh, and look, and Rhonda made it. Oh,
Hi,
hello,
Rhonda.
hello. So anyway, what I wanted to tell you guys. So all y'all know tonight we're going to be going over. Oh, look at me upside down. Tarot with Sid. That's what the TWS is in the title for the tonight, and it's Tarot the whole story. And so we're going to be going over the swords tonight. And what I wanted to say to you guys is that Magni is taking all of these, all of the podcasts, and he's cutting out all of the, hi Susan, he's cutting out all of the talking that we do and putting just the class pieces together one by one and making one video.
Oh, we're giving Magni a task.
So, oh yeah, yes we are. He's making it one video so that you want to just take the class, or you're not sure if you can fly yet. I got you. Well, it's not till June, so you have time. So I hope you can make it, because it's gonna be really phenomenal. It's gonna be a really good time. So I hope you can come experience it with us, Chris. So it's like I said, the tarot class will be all one video, even though it's several videos right now. Magni's creating one video with it, so if you just want to,
that's going to be good, because I've been trying to tarot at home, and for those of us that are learning, it's hard to remember like what each thing means, even to then.
But I don't want you to do, because I don't want you to learn what each thing means. I want you to look at the cards
and
interpret it and sense it, because the meaning changes.
That's what I've been doing, though, and that's what I do with my oracle cards, but I've been doing that with my tarot cards. And again, I don't know if because I just have a sunny, upbeat personality too, I interpret everything very positively.
Is it better this way?
There you go. That's better.
Can you see enough of the screen over here?
Yes, I can. That's perfect.
You do have some comments over
here. Well, and thank you.
Hello, yes.
Diego, or Diego, did I say it right?
Diego.
And Taylor's there. And yes, Mardi Gras does matter. We have some people joining us on TikTok. And so if you see me look down over here, so I'm doing TikTok here, and we have Facebook and YouTube over here. So that's what Magni was bringing me, was the TikTok screen, so that I can interact with our people on TikTok. So again,
we're becoming very advanced.
Yes, but we are getting there, guys. You remember we first thought we would just one little piece, and then it just keeps growing and growing and growing. So I'm really happy.
Someday we're gonna have a champagne sponsorship, and I'll learn how to use TikTok as the world's oldest millennial.
Yeah, golly. So
hashtag goals.
Yes, we have goals. So, like I said, so guys, we're going to create one major video that'll be on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube, and when we have it posted, when we finish the course and Magni has it all together and posted, I will announce it and let everybody know that they can just go over to YouTube. So please, if you go to YouTube, please subscribe. It's free to subscribe on YouTube. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Get us some people. And I see some people are on YouTube. We're getting way too tech-savvy. Yes, we are. Hey, Carla. So, again, definitely follow us on YouTube and definitely subscribe. And on TikTok, please tap that screen. Give us some hearts. Show us some love. I know Magni does when he's on, but everybody else, please do tap the screen. If you can remember, tap the screen. Show us some love. It gives us more views on TikTok, and it shows it to more people. So we're trying to get the word out there on TikTok as well. If you're on TikTok, tap, show us some love, give us some hearts there. And if you're on Facebook, please share, please like, all those things help. Recommend.
I always love talking podcasts with people too. And I think, not to be tooting our own horn, I think ours is a little bit different, just because there's not
because we don't know what the hell we're doing. We're just doing it.
And that too. When the equipment works most nice, it's a great thing.
Right. So, and also too, while I'm on the subject of Touching Eternity, and guys, I really hope some of y'all can make it out, because it's going to really be a good one in Orlando. We got a really great hotel. We got you don't have everything
And
is
it's
right
a
there at the
really
hotel.
nice time of year in
Yes,
Orlando
it is.
also.
And with buses to the theme parks, buses to the local shopping. You have restaurants, Starbucks, 10 different restaurants, all within one in the hotel and multiple around the hotel, as well as lots of things to do right in the area. And
Tons of things. They just opened a new theme park, too.
and this year, we're not having any extra added events that's going to cost you money. Of course, we will have the auction of all the spirit toys that are used, but other than that, there's no other extra added events that are going to cost you money. Like there's no extra seance that's going to cost you money. There's no extra gallery that's going to cost you money. The ticket price you pay, which is what it's in line with what it's been every year, it covers everything because the hotel has given us has worked with us in such a manner that we've been able to provide that service to you. So please take advantage of it while you can. So definitely Touching Eternity Orlando is going to be great. You'll get to experience mental mediumship, physical mediumship, healing, psychic art. It's going to really be a great conference. It's 5 days. You can go to what you want. We don't make you feel bad if you don't want to take something. You can have demonstrations by me, by Dominic, by Scott, by Josephine.
I'm excited to meet Scott.
Yes. Oh, Scott's a lot of fun. Scott's a lot of fun. But also, if you want to know a little bit about seances, I wrote a book with me and Kalila Smith called Seance Experiments. And this book is about Kalila's journey from grief into knowing and learning on her own journey into mediumship and connection. And I was the medium that introduced her into all of this. And so this is our journey, and this is a book that talks about that journey. And I have another book that's going to be coming out next year that's going to explain a lot more even. So keep your eyes open for that. So with all saying that, let's get into tonight's topic, since I've got people
Honey,
all
can I
on. Yes.
Stop and ask you something real quick before we get into this? I know we've joked about the crocheted photo of Dom.
Well, you know what I was going to do if you wasn't here? I had him.
He was going to be
you.
The co-host.
Yeah, he was going to be the
I've
co-host.
been replaced by a murderer.
You've been by serial killer. I was going
to say, why is the cards resting?
Before we get started, too, let me talk about upcoming events before I forget, because you said serial killer, and it made me think of some things.
Okay, have you been brushing up again on your true crime knowledge?
Oh, guess what? Oh, what? I came in second place again.
Oh.
But anyway, at the last trivia that we went to. So, guys, really quick. March 8th is the grief group. Saturday at my home. It's all on my website, sid-patrick.com. On March 9th, we're meeting at my home, and we're going to be teaching a class on how to sense. And this is for all my psychic investigators. And then I'm taking you to one of the oldest cemeteries near New Orleans, and we're going to go sense the cemetery. Okay. And that's on Sunday, March the 9th.
That should be fun.
So if you took the psychic investigators class, or you are interested in learning how to sense, come join us. That is a free event. Now, don't say I don't do nothing for people. That event is free. Okay, so if you don't come,
for people,
it is your own fault. If you don't make that, it is your own fault. It will be Misty Gaither and I. We're going to teach you how to sense, and then we're taking you to an old cemetery from the 1800s and letting you sense the cemetery. So that is also on my website already. So go take a look. Okay? And then Steve, stop trying to argue. Will you be teaching another psychic investigation? I will get with my good friend and see if she wants to come, and see if if I will see if she wants to come and teach one with me, and then if she's unable, then I will work at teaching one too. I will teach one, but I want to get with my friend first and make sure and see if she wants to come teach as well. Okay, so I got to check with her first, and then we'll see. And if she can't, then I probably will teach another psychic. I'm going to teach one, yes, but I want to check with Jennifer first, because it's only fair that we have we have to definitely clear with Jennifer, because she's the big part of it, and I love me some Jennifer, and I do think it's important that we we include Jennifer on that. So I do have to get with Jennifer first. But yeah, and if she can't for some reason, then I'll look into putting something together for everybody for another psychic investigation course. So that's the 8th and 9th of March. On March the 29th, we're going to be doing a Nacho Dead People down at that the restaurant, at Agave Restaurant in Chalmette. That will be 2 o'clock on that Saturday. It's the 29th of March. That's going to be Trini Simmons and myself. It is $50. It will come with nachos and dips. There's two items you can purchase if you want to eat a little more than just nachos and dips. And then you can buy your drinks there. They'll have a bar there that you can buy drinks, and you can come have a good fun time with us. But we ask, please, that you dress up like your favorite Mexican. Please don't be cruel and dress like Ice. Yeah, I said it. No, I'm just kidding.
Ice.
Well, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not a natural.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Or can we
Please.
extend that to like maybe favorite Latin American or something?
Yes.
Too?
Yes. So please don't be. We want you to have fun.
Yeah.
We want you to have fun. So we want you to dress up kind of flamboyant and bring your
some
Mexican
color.
hat.
Day of the Dead. We have
right.
so much wonderful Day of the Dead themed stuff here.
Because we had a lot of fun at the one that we did in Kenner. So we want people to have fun.
Maybe we should have a contest.
Maybe we should.
A costume contest.
Maybe we should. Maybe I'll buy a round of margaritas for the liveliest table. Or something like that.
I like contests.
That's the day after Emily's birthday. Well, that's cool. We were actually trying to have it on that Friday, but they couldn't host that many people because it's their happy hour when we were going to have it. So they couldn't host it, so we had to move it to Saturday. So it's going to be Saturday the 29th at 2 p.m. at Agave Restaurant. It's a little Mexican restaurant that's right next to the courthouse on St. Bernard Highway. So
don't get too crazy.
And it's already sold.
It
is limited seating, and the tickets are already selling. So if you're interested in going to see us, please get your tickets early, because when they're gone, they are gone. That's going to be Trini Simmons and I in Chalmette. And no matter how much I love you, this place has got limited seating. I cannot get you once the seats are taken, they're taken. And that goes for everyone. If you want to come, and its seats are taken, you'd have to sit outside. You're definitely not going to get a reading, because you'd have to sit in it's 2 rooms, but we're only going to be in 1 room. So if you come, you won't be able to hear us because you're going to be in another room. So there's no seating. There's only limited seating in the room that we're going to be performing in. So please get your tickets early. And then on April 11th, we're going to be in Memphis, Tennessee. And also I'm getting with Misty, and we're putting together a paranormal trip. And I don't know if it's going to be a road trip by car, if we're going to actually rent a Hotard bus. And put people on it, and we're going to do a paranormal bus trip. I'm hoping it's a bus trip.
I'm hoping it's a bus trip too, because we've talked about this, where I think it would be fun to film live and then maybe use that somehow as a fundraiser to get us to go to other further away destinations. It would be because I told you how I wanted a pole on the bus and a light up thing so we could dance for mediumship or something. Yeah. some type of thing. I'm still working out all the details in my head, but I'll figure it out and let you and everyone know.
That's all the cool events we have coming up, up soon, and we're planning more. Because, guys, y'all have no idea the work that goes into planning these events. Nobody has any idea. We literally went through 3 venues to get the Nacho Dead People thing at Agave. We went through 3 other venues first, and it was just it's a lot of work. No one has any ideas. All right, so let's get into tonight's lesson. So, PowerPoint, the Swords of Tarot. Hostess with the mostest. You got to grab your cards.
I've got my card.
You got your cards.
I've got my card. I've got my crochet serial killer bit.
All right. The first card is. Gotta get. Oh, it's way over there. All right.
Ace of Swords.
The Ace of Swords. I gotta take this. I really can't read it. All right. The Ace of Swords. The upright is a sharper mind, a clear focus, a new birth of energy, developing and following through on new projects. There may be some questions or uncertainties, but the energy of the sword will cut through the red tape. This card is sometimes thought to suggest surgery and often thought to represent the pen. Therefore, it is particularly good omen for new projects involving writing. Though the card represents ambition and determination, it's also a card of fairness and justice. Reverse, pretty much the direction opposite of the upright aspect. A bad omen for new projects. A lack of ambition, difficulty focusing thoughts or making plans. A warning to avoid taking on too much. As this card often represents writing, reversed it may represent writer's block or lack of creativity. The need for compromise is indicated. Its element is air. Aces relate to beginnings and opportunities. So also for me, this card is also about contracts. Could be a contract. If it's next to something like a relationship, it's a contractual marriage or a contractual something in a relationship. It's also about writing or about creativity. All the aces are about creativity or beginnings or opportunities as well. So when you look at that, just remember.
Could you read medical? Because I read medical. With
It says it's about surgery.
Yeah,
but it's also about surgery.
Like for like this, to me, I would interpret that as like maybe medicine or doctor or nurse.
So if I was looking at a job for somebody with that, these sword jobs are like doctors, professors, military, policemen, a professor, a medical person in administration, someone who deals with contracts.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the pen. Yes.
Right. So, that's kind of what I look at when I look at somebody.
I view it as like scalpel.
Right. Well, yeah. So. Well, it's a surgeon. Yeah. I mean, it could be a surgeon. Yeah. Anything like that. Okay. Hey, Josie. All right. The next one is the Two of Swords. Foremost, a suggestion that the subject is the agent of compromise, a diplomat keeping the peace. However, remaining neutral causes internal conflict and doubt. Difficulty in making decisions may result. It may prove valuable to join forces with like-minded person. Keeping the peace will be a short-term task and will lead to personal growth. Reverse, a lack of compromise, breaking the peace, taking sides, perhaps even fueling the hostilities. Treachery, lies, or phony people may also be suggested. Its element is air. The twos relate to choices and balance. I also look at this as like the sword cuts both ways when I look at this. Remember that when you're dealing with this.
I like that phrase.
That the sword might cut both ways. So what's good for one might have to be good for the other. And so I look at that as well as saying that too. And when we get into the symbolism, you're going to find some interesting symbolism with this card as well. The Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords is the upright swords through the heart. Just as it appears, heartache, hurtful feelings, cruel and cutting words, pent-up anger or resentment, release perhaps in the waning moments of an unhappy relationship. Looking at health-related issues, the Three of Swords suggests that surgery might be necessary. Traditionally removed absence, delay, division, separation, hatred, and incompatibility. Reversed, where the upright Three of Swords suggests conclusion and clearing the air. However hurtful that might be, reversed, this card implies lingering pain and frustrations. Perhaps the subject's partner is blatantly unfaithful, but they continue to the unhappy relationship. Perhaps the person in question cannot overcome past trauma and continually dwells on it. A warning that this emotional torture must be confronted at some point, or it will only grow more severe. Traditionally, alienation, loneliness, insanity, confusion, disorder. Its element is air. The threes relate to creativity and fertility. For me too, this also means I also look at this card as family sorrow, and I usually let this pull me into whatever cards are around it. Like I judge what it means by what cards are around it. I'll let that pull me. Okay. The Four. Upright, tranquility, introspection, meditation, prayer, resting, healing, temporary withdrawal from stress and strain. I needed that today. Traditionally, solitude, exile, retreat, banishment. Reversed, awakening, recovery, perhaps from an illness or possibly I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Let me redo that
It's
one.
been a day.
I know,
It's
I've
been
had a long day.
Yes.
Awakening, recovery, perhaps from illness or possibly from emotional trauma. The painful lesson learned will not be lost. Greater caution will be exercised in the future. The time for resting has passed, or perhaps rest is not possible at this time. Traditionally, circumspection, economy, cautiousness, foresight, sympathy. Its element is air. The fours relate to structure and foundation. The 5. So let me have a little sip of this tea. The 5.
Dynamicism. Dynamicism.
There you go. Dynamicism and I had a drink for that one. Dynamicism and determination overwhelm kind-heartedness. The victor believes he is right and honorable, but has little compassion or empathy. Victory at what cost? Are those former friends walking away, beaten and intimidated? Short-term victory that may result in long-term loss. Depending on the context, possibly an indicator of abuse. A lesson that you can never win with some people, and sometimes you just have to walk away.
So that makes me think that that would be a card that you would read for politicians or people that, I'm serious, like that have some type of leadership political role.
Well, it depends on how they behave. Reverse. The reversal of this card does not really result in a reversal of the meaning. The outcome may be the same, or perhaps a result in the deadlock. If victory is won, it may be a hollow victory haunted by regret, and similar battles are likely to continue. Making peace is the best alternative. Also traditionally read as a bad omen for a new partnership or enterprise. Its element is air. The 5 relates to conflicts, challenges, and adaptivity. Okay. Go ahead. Oh, I'm like, go ahead. Oops. I think I need to clap and it's going to just move.
As long as the lights don't
say
go
that,
out.
Right? The 6 of Swords. Upright journeys by water, perhaps for pleasure, but more likely the 6 of Swords metaphorically suggests traveling away from previous confrontation and turmoil. The journey will take the subject to a place of greater harmony on the far shore. What is left behind is also significant. The card suggests moving on from naive and erroneous ideas towards a state of clearer understanding, improved communications, and greater knowledge. Traditionally, expedience, passage, travel, voyage. Reversed, unwilling or unable to leave the current situation behind, feeling trapped or perhaps fearful of the journey. Communication problems, misperceptions, travel may be delayed or interrupted. Also a warning of possible danger from the water. Be wary of storms, flooding, children around swimming pools, and other water hazards. Traditionally, confessions, disclosures, publicity, unwanted marriage proposals, or declarations of love. Its element is air. The 6s relate to sharing, mutual support, and knowledge. And notice that 6s also relate to family. That's cards are very big in numerology. All right. The 7.
I like this
Of
picture
swords.
because it looks like he's trying to run away with all the swords, but then he forgot a couple.
Yeah. Upright, gaining advantage by stealth, taking calculated risks, possibly spying or deceptiveness for strategic reasons. Sometimes an elopement is suggested, often interpreted as a forthcoming journey over land, which may be made in secret. Also could suggest a clandestine affair. Reverse, lack of confidence or perhaps guilt prevent in risk-taking, possibly taking stock of previous actions and working to right past wrongs, working for forgiveness. Also a warning to be wary of others secretly working to gain advantages. Element is there. The 7 relates to overcoming trials and temptation. I also call this the thief card.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he's caught in the act.
Yep. So if it's around coin cards, I tell people, watch your money.
Mm-hmm.
Watch your money. The 8, upright. Trapped in bondage, imprisoned in a cage of swords. The blindfold makes the findings the way out difficult. But the swords and this blindfold are usually metaphorical. The blindfold may be self-imposed. It may be fear or insecurity that is keeping the subject locked up in an unpleasant place. They may be overwhelmed with worries that prevent them from seeing the situation clearly. With boldness and courage, escape is possible, depending on the questions and the influences of the surrounding cards. However, the Eight of Swords in some cases may actually represent legal judgments, resulting in imprisonment or injuries resulting in hospitalization. Traditionally, accidents, calamity, bad news, violence, crisis, censure, conflict, and illness. Reversed, unfortunately, not a complete opposite. While small successes through hard work are suggested, it will require persistence and ingenuity to break free, and there will be ups and downs along the way. Traditionally, opposition, misfortune, danger, difficulty, overcoming past treachery. Its element is air. The H relates to progress and persistence. So, one of the things I want to note in this, notice the water, how her feet are in the water. And so if the water is moving, so if you watch this, she could follow the trail of water to get out of the swords. So that was one thing that was one thing that was noted when I was reading about tarot and the different paths in the card, that if she's blinded, but she's also very intelligent because she could follow the trail of water to get through the swords.
Huh. That's good insight.
So
I have a lot of questions about this next card. So I feel a lot when I see this picture.
So this really depends a lot on what's on side of it because it has multiple meanings.
Yes, there's so much. There is a lot going on even in the picture itself.
So upright, isolation, depression, negativity, desperate sorrow, bad dreams, or trouble sleeping. Overwhelmed by worries. Though the problems are serious, it may be time to start looking for solutions rather than focus on past events. Traditionally, delay, disappointment, despair. In some contexts, this card is thought to suggest the possibility of miscarriage or death. Reverse, the struggle to overcome depression and pessimism. The flame of recovery could be starting to flicker. It may not be easy, but this reversal might signify the first and most difficult steps have been taken. Traditionally, struggle, doubt, shame, rumors, and defiance. Element is air. The 9 relates to self-awareness, completion, and integrity. So a lot of times, it really depends when I look at this card by what's around it, because it could be illness, it could be worry, it could be bad dreams, trouble sleeping. It could be an omen. It could be a lot of things for me. It depends on what I feel and what's around it. I never see death in the cards because I don't believe in death. I believe in birth and rebirth. So I never really see death. I might see illness, and depending if I had a strength card next to this 9 of Swords that was upside down, I might see illness.
Okay, yeah, because he's like waking up.
Right.
I look at this and there's a lot going on. I notice his bedspread right away because it's very Renaissance medieval kind of design going on. I'm curious. I thought like, oh shoot.
Well, remember when these cards were made?
Yeah, that's why I love that. Just the pictures themselves within the cards. It really tells a story.
How many men sleep? Oh, I think that is a man with the short hair. Sleep in nightgowns. I mean,
exactly, with roses on their bed.
Right.
So there's a lot going on. And are the swords on the wall? Perhaps.
I'm not being stereotypical because that might be me, but I'm just saying.
When you wake up in your nightgown, no!
You will never see this in a movie or TV of today. You know? All right. Upright. So this is the 10 of Swords. So upright, it's a card of endings, hopes dashed, a battle lost. Things are as bad as they can get. Not particularly a warning of physical injury, though. Betrayal, false friends, or a need to alert for enemies may be suggested. Most likely, it is time to end the struggle, take stock, and move on to new things. Reversed, since things can't get any worse, they're going to get better. Windfall profits or unexpected kindness may be received. However, gains and success may be temporary. In reverse, this card means not entirely opposite or its upright aspect. It may be a warning of ups and downs along the way for a time. Its element is air, the tendency to reaping the rewards, attainment, achievement, fulfillment. The easiest way to remember this card is you stabbed in the back.
Very simple.
Yep.
And it can't get much worse than that.
All right. Let's move on to the page. The Page of Swords. Alertness, readiness, espionage, or surveillance. Studying the situation, possibly defensiveness. Awaiting something with expectation. Often this card foretells the coming of an important message regarding a difficult or complex issue. Most of the swords are all about issues in your life. Notice that, or legal stuff, or something to do with issues.
Yeah, this deck seems kind of negative a little bit.
It's all about issues. That's usually what all the swords. So each, like, coins are about value, swords are about issues, cups are about emotions, and the wands are mostly about career, business, daily life things. And you're going to see that as you're going through them. Perhaps the message contains the solution. In the upright, the news is often good. Also note the sword carried by the page. Caution with sharp objects such as scissors or knives is suggested.
Always.
Yes. Reverse. The page is not someone to confide in. Often a liar or a gossip. Transitory communication problems are suggested. Errors in written documents, hesitation, or difficulty speaking may occur. It may also represent someone who has been mistreated as a child and feels beaten down and insecure. Nevertheless, the page reverse can be spiteful and cutting. This aspect also represents important news, but in this case, it is less likely to be good. Its element is air, the page related to the messengers, the children, openness, risk takers. The Knight of Swords. Determination.
I like that picture too.
Will, perhaps anger. Leading a life and death charge into harm's way. The knight believes he is right. He is not prepared to accept less than victory. Although he is equipped with outstanding intelligence and wit, he must be on guard against impetuousness and impatience, which are his weakness. He craves action and may be prone to start fights for the excitement of it. He is brave, but he can also be a bully. At his best, he may be the hero of the battle. At his worst, he may be the cause of the war. Upright, this warrior is hard to stop and is likely to win the victory.
Even the horse looks determined in this picture. I like it.
Reverse. When reversed, the Knight of Swords still strives for victory, but in this aspect, a dark side presents itself. Bravery must be replaced by treachery. Intelligence supplanted by cunning. Reverse knight may connive and backstab to have his way, or his revenge. The reversal could also indicate fatigue or futility and letdown following his explosive charge. Depending on the context of the reading, this card reverse may also be interpreted as an impeding troubles with air travel. Don't need to see that one right now.
I was going to say, that's been happening.
Its element is air. The knights relate to energy, travel, adventure, aggression, and goals. All right. The Queen of Swords. A woman who has been tempered by loss and sorrow. A strong, honorable, independent person. Demanding of herself, she is intolerant of others who are less demanding of themselves. Meeting her expectations may be difficult. Highly intelligent, she generously shared her knowledge. A great communicator of logic and fact. Behind her cold exterior, her intentions are good, but she can be hard to get close to. Traditionally, sadness, separation, widowhood. Reverse. The reverse Queen of Swords is not altogether the opposite, but her sorrows and disappointments may have left her bitter. Her intentions may not be so honorable as when upright. She might take solace in watching others endure sorrow. Her exceptional communication skills could be used to hurt others. Paradoxically, the reverse queen could also suffer from problems communicating. When looking at health issues, respiratory problems due to allergies or pollution are possible. Traditionally spiteful, wickedness, maliciousness, deceit, and vengeance. The element is air. The queen relates to motherhood, matriarchal authority, attraction, and nurturing. And our last one of the swords
That's the king.
is going to be the king. The Kingdom of Swords embodies the character principles, intellect, and communication. Honest, strict, intelligent, the King of Swords is fair and balanced, but unyielding. When representing a person, he might be a judge, military officer, police officer, or physician. Someone of high ethics who backs his word with his actions. This card may suggest critical analysis of literary or legal documents or technical writing. Traditionally, judgment, command, authority, law, militarism, power. Reversed. The reversed King of Swords may take strictness to the extreme. He may be unsympathetic, uncaring, heartless, excessively harsh. Penalties could be based on anger or vindictiveness, possibly blind conservatism that blocks progress. In some cases, this
Curmudgeonly.
there you go. Behavior might be a result of oncoming senility. Uncertainty, or inability to make decisions could also be suggested. Traditionally, cruelty, perversity, inhumanity, barbarity, evil intentions. Its element is air. The kings relate to fatherhood, patriarchal authority, management, and competence. I believe that is us. And that's where the information is taken from. Now,
Any questions before we go into symbols?
so I do need to pull up something else real quick. Let me move this over here. Got to pull up the symbols because Magni did not pull those up for me beforehand. I got to find them. Oops, there they are. Right, maybe.
So I was listening to a podcast earlier this week about D.B. Cooper.
Yeah.
And this, when we were talking about the air travel, it made me think of that, how apparently in the 70s, this podcast said that people taking over airplanes was so common that they just viewed it as like a disturbance.
Really?
Yeah, that it was just kind of like almost seen as turbulence. Yeah.
All right. Let me see here. I know it's in here somewhere. It's got to be here. I see everything. Oh, there. No, that's symbology on online symbols. That's not it. I'm looking for this course.
Tara, what said?
There it is. There it is. That's what we're looking for.
And
okay, there we go.
all right.
Get rid of that. All right, folks. So here we go. Let's look at the sword. So the Queen of Swords. Here, you gonna pull these out?
I got this.
Got this. Queen of Swords. There should be an angel. So the angel on the Queen of Swords. The angel in the tarot is symbolic of divine messages. They are messengers of important information. In a reading, the appearance indicates a message relating to the card may be coming to the querent in the form of inspiration, divine intervention, or some
Subtlety.
here. That's a subtlety. Angels are symbolized higher thoughts and ideals. Okay. The Four of Swords. There should be some armor in the Four of Swords and the Knight of Swords. All right.
Yes, so we've got the person entombed and then the person on the horse.
So the symbolic meaning of the armor deal with protection, preparation, and strength. Most tarot deck renditions depict all the knights in full armor. The armor indicates the need to protect ourselves when engaging in activities referenced in a reading. The Two of Swords has a bench. The bench is symbolic of taking a moment to examine the details in a reading. Benches indicate the current need to sit back, relax, and take time to examine or savor the situation expressed in the card layout. The Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords have blindfolds. As one would guess, blindfolds deal with our inability to see things clearly. They represent unwillingness to face the truth, an ability to accept the facts, or a sign that something is being hidden from us. In a reading, blindfolds are a sign that we need to be honest with ourselves and do more research and or get a different perspective. The Six of Swords has a boat. Boats are a sign there are some pressing thoughts rumbling within our subconscious. These thoughts will have a tendency to put us in motion, and this is another symbolic trait of the boat. Boats deal with deeper thoughts and the motion these thoughts produce. In a reading, boats may also indicate travel or movement in a different direction. The King of Swords has a butterfly in it.
Where is that?
It's
right at the very top.
A universal symbol for transformation. Butterflies are shown on the Queen and King. of swords are and typically indicate a change in thoughts of the querent and are some close in the querent's life. Butterflies go through several changes and transformations before they develop into their final stage of beauty. They are a symbol that we as humans do the same thing to reach our end goal and obtain a better way of thought and living. The Eight of Swords should have a castle in it. Castles, symbol meaning deal with goals. Castles are physical representations of our need to build upon strong foundation in order to obtain our goals. Castle may also deal with the sheltering of ourselves or limiting ourselves from reaching our goals. They're also a symbol of obtaining our desires. The Six of Swords should have a devil in it. I'm sorry, children in it. Same thing.
Interchangeable, yeah.
Same thing,
yeah.
interchangeable. No, I'm sorry. The Six of Swords has children. And so children represent promise, hope, fresh starts, new beginnings, new ideas, and a fresh way to look at the world. Children are full of promise for the future as they are a symbol of this promise. When they show up in the cards in a reading, it could mean the beginning of a new adventure, the new promise of a new beginning. Or it could mean children are just on their way. Seven of Swords should have a city or a village. Cities represent centers or gatherings of people, thoughts, energy, or ideas. They are symbols of the culmination of a group that meets for a common goal. They are symbols of protection, harmony, and teamwork. When you notice the cities and village in a reading, it indicates a group effort is required. Our current must tap into some energy centers or thought centers to accomplish what he or she must. Okay. Oh yeah, Five of Swords, Three of Swords, Ace of Swords have clouds. Clouds hold the symbol meaning of revelation, and all the aces do too. Consider out of the midst of our deepest thoughts, suddenly an epiphany comes. A bright idea comes out from nowhere. This is the basic cloud symbol meaning. Depending on the card, clouds can also symbolize confusion or clouded judgment. Primary clouds represent higher thought and messages from the divine. Okay, Ace of Swords. All the aces have a hand. The hand is power, domination, protection. These are primary symbol meanings related to the hand. Hands are historically seen as points of transmission, meaning we give and receive from the hands. It's no accident the powerful ace of cards are depicted with the hand holding the suit symbol. This is a clear message of force and power relating to the indicated suit. It is also reminded that we are able to both give and receive those attributes pertaining to the referring suit.
Question about that real quick, because I just noticed this. Is there any meaning behind that those are two very different plants hanging from the crown? I'm going to share that with the readers. I thought that was kind of interesting.
We'll have to see. I think we did cover that in another one. I don't know.
Because I'm sure that because one looks like it has like holly or something on it.
It may be on here. We'll have to see. I remembered reading something about two different vines. So it may be on here. If it is, we'll see it. I'm not sure. But I remember there being something about a vine on here. One was a grapevine and one was something else.
Because that one looks like a fern and the other looks like holly.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Three of Swords. As one would assume, and this is a heart. As one would assume, the heart has long been a symbol of love, joy, and affection. The heart is a symbol of truth, courage, and conscience. The symbolic heart is the center of existence. Physically speaking, it pumps out life to the rest of the body. When we note the heart in our reading, we must be mindful of our own center and what is the center of our focus. We also ask what we love most, that which is positive or negative. I thought we had a card that did give us both of them, give us what the vines were. We'll have to see. The Knight of Swords, the horse. All the knights have horses. Mm-hmm. So featured on all the knight cards, the horse meaning deal with strength, motion, action, and vitality.
Ice.
A lot of wands. Two of Swords has a moon, and it does. I remember seeing that.
Oh yeah, it's cute. It's a crescent moon too.
Yeah. The moon symbol deals with the cycles, time, psychic power, reflection, and emerging from one phase to another. Consider the power of the moon is able to influence oceans and affects the realm of nature in a strong, subtle way. As a symbol of femininity, the moon is a sign of the soft, intuitive side of us all. When the moon lights up in our readings, it is prompting to consider our levels of awareness. The moon asks us if we're listening to our intuition and what we are allowing to influence our direction in life. That's all wands. Is there any sword? Oh yeah, the Ten of Swords has mountains, and the Eight of Swords has mountains. Seen on the cards, the mountain symbol meanings deal with triumph, challenge, attainment, and realization. Mountains represent timeless and an endurance that is infinite. When those mountain peaks out of the cards into our attention, we consider the vastness of our universe and contemplate our place within it. We may also want to consider the heights to which we are climbing and to what realization of our goals may mean for us and those around us. The Six of Swords, Ten of Swords has an ocean. Ocean symbol meanings deal with infinite possibilities. Consider the ocean and you will be considering the essence of vastness, mystery, and depth. It seems inexhaustible and the holder of wondrous things unseen. When the oceans and the cards crash their waves against our consciousness, it is time to pay homage to the great divine, meaning we should recognize the beguiling power around us, the animating force that runs through us, and the expansive and expressive nature of the universe. In other words, we must acknowledge that there may be other powers at work in our lives, and it may be time to release our control in order to allow these powers to open up incredible opportunities. Thus, I had that conversation tonight, actually, with someone that I was having a session with. Three of Swords has rain. Does it? Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
raining
it does.
down. Yeah,
it does. Yes, it
heart.
does. Traditionally, rain held symbol meaning of cleansing as well as fecundity.
Fecundity? I don't even know that one.
It says it means ancient culture honored the rain for its ability to provide life to crops. In the case of the Three of Swords, we can take this symbol meaning as one of the clearing and washing away the old in order to accept the new. The imagery of card is oppressive, as it should be for all its indications. When we see the rain falling in this card, it is a reminder that the rain washes away the dirt. Storms do pass, and we are left with more fertile soil for planting at the end of the storm. Four of Swords has stained glass. Stained glass is symbolic of perception and how our vision can change according to our perception and beliefs. The art of staining glass reaches back to ancient alchemy when certain compounds were mixed with glass to bring about transformational effects upon the viewer. When you seem to be looking through the stained glass window of your reading, it's a sign to begin getting honest about your perception of the situation. Are you seeing things clearly or looking through rose-colored glasses?
I had that conversation last night. Not about me, but someone
The
else.
Tomb and the Four of Swords. Tomb symbol meanings deal with laying to rest the thoughts and things that no longer serve us. When we see the tomb in our reading, we must not misunderstand the message. This symbol has very little to do with physical death. Rather, it deals with the coming out of poorly suited mindsets and freeing ourselves from the tomb-like belief system. Often this period coming out occurs after much time of stagnation. Another facet of the tomb where we are once interred or encased for a time, we evolve from our tomb into a new phase of understanding.
I like that.
Queen of Swords should have a waterfall. Water is a symbol of emotion and the subconscious. Therefore, waterfalls deal with the constant running and flowing of movement of our emotions and the stirring movements of our deeper minds. Observing the nature of waterfalls, we see they typically move at such a rushing speed that we tend to take everything with them in their path. Rocks, trees, and debris in the midst of the waterfall is subject to its pull. This is symbolic that we must not let our emotions run away from us. Further, the waterfall leads us to a plummeting drop and a crashing end against jagged rocks. This is a lesson that when we are not in control of our emotions and thoughts, then they control us, potentially leading us down a rocky demise. And that is it for the... Didn't tell
Nothing
us.
on vines.
It didn't tell us
Yeah.
about the vines. I was surprised. I thought we read something on the vines.
Maybe we'll Google that and get back to it.
Yeah. We'll have to do that. So, folks.
So, questions, thoughts.
Wow, that was a lot.
It's been a lot to learn and discuss, but I like how you're saying that it still is interpretive.
So let me answer Theodra White, who wrote about some numbers. So we talked about numerology on a few videos back, Theodra, and basically numbers just have different meanings. And if you see them in threes, it usually means creativity, or seeing numbers in threes, depending what they mean. They call them angel numbers, or it's numerology, but numbers do have meanings. So if you see his birth, it just means think of him, or it's him just leaving you messages, or just saying think of me. And so that's basically probably what that means for you. So I do want to say that to you. So that was somebody who asked that question, so I wanted to answer that question. It was on TikTok, so I wanted to make sure that I don't want to leave our TikTok people out because they're on a separate screen roll. So I do wanted to make sure I answered the...
Our technologically advanced viewers.
Yes. So, folks, again, we have one next week is going to be a bit longer when we it's going to be the final week of tarot. We're going to cover the wands, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the symbology, which I noticed the wands have a lot of symbology, but then I'm going to do card lays. So it's going to be a very long week next week. What's your TikTok? I'll go find you. It's Sid Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. We need
Yes.
TikTokers.
It's Sid Patrick, and it's my name. And this it's live all over there, and I got a few people following, so I'm so glad to see so many people there. It's getting bigger, and always, like I said, if you go on TikTok, tap that screen, get me some hearts going. I want to get more exposure there. We have a lot of followers on TikTok,
but it's nice to get the message out of what we do, and that it's normal, and getting more people to understand and learn about it.
And then after next week, Alicia and I are going to have a 2-week break from cards because we're going to just have some regular topics we're going to talk about. And then we're going to go into symbology. Should only be about 1 week, maybe 2. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time because I have a symbology deck. I already have a YouTube video on symbology. It's to help you if you people who purchase the deck can get it. I am also going to be able to, if people want a deck of symbology cards, you can get them through my old shop, which is now called Mystique. And I have some decks, but I'm not selling them because I'm saving those for my mediums. Because when you take my mediumship class, I am able to get them to you at a reduced price. And I want to save those for people who take my mediumship level 1 class, because I offer them at a very reduced price if you take my mediumship level 1 class. So I have some, but the shop has the majority of them because when I sold the shop, I left her with most of them.
That's where I got mine.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun to go over. Those, I like those.
So I'm actually going to teach you how to read them like tarot cards.
I've been doing them, and I kind of do like what comes to me, and I told you initially I started writing on them what came to me, and you were like, no, it'll change over time, and it has.
It does. It
does.
changes. It changes over time.
The main elements are still kind of there, but then I pick up different things.
So I tell people, so when you're doing your cards, and I tell it to people, so, what I've learned with working with my spirit team, and we all have a spirit team, and so, and it's all good people, all good spirits, all positive stuff. Let me start by saying that there's no negative, unless you're negative, there are no negative spirits. Your spirit team is attracted to your energy. So if you're positive, your spirit team is positive. If you're full of drama, your spirit team's full of drama. Okay, bottom line.
Or they just watch you and say,
they shake their head.
They chose chaos again today.
So when I say that to you, you know, what you're over time, you're learning a language, and so as your language develops, so does your meanings, and so does your interpretations. And that's why when I told her, when she started writing on her cards, I'm like, your meanings are gonna somewhat change over time, because as you're developing your language with your spirit team, it's gonna improve. It's gonna get sharper. It's gonna get
Faster.
better. It's gonna get quicker. It's gonna get faster, and you're gonna be able to see things like even better and even more and clearer, and things are gonna start rolling. I mean, and then once you learn energetics, which I learned has helped me. Like I can read on a dime now. I can literally read. I can take a breath and read, and I can read on a dime. And it's because of energetics. That's what saved me, and not well saved, but that's what improved me. I don't want to say saved me; it improved me.
Yes.
And
Enhanced.
where before enhanced, yes, because before I always could read, but I always would have those pauses and very long
Like where I'm
pauses
at.
and.
Yeah.
And I would always have those and like, is something there, and I'd always stop and have to think. And now I don't have to even think anymore. It's like a minute I shut my pictures. Like I already know she has a picture of her grandparents. Probably it's either at her house or her mother's house, but there's a picture of her grandparents. I can see the white background. I see two people standing up. I don't know if this is mom. I think it might be dad's Do you know your dad's grandparents?
Mm-hmm.
They're passed?
Mm-hmm. Everyone's passed.
Yes,
yeah,
I didn't know, but
passed.
there's a picture of dad's
It's
grandparents, and
mom's.
is it mom's? It's
Mm-hmm.
but it's in. I think it might even be, and I don't see color. For some reason, I feel it's in a gold frame. I don't know why I'm saying that.
There's gold around it.
Yes, I see there's
but
gold
yeah,
around
it's
it.
like black
Yeah.
and whitish, yeah.
But there's something gold there because I can
Mm-hmm.
see the gold, and everything else is black and white that I do see because I see in black and white.
And I always find that so interesting, and we've talked about that,
Uh-huh.
because I see in color.
Yeah,
But I
know.
don't see as sharply or as fast as you do.
Mm-hmm.
But I find that strange.
So, so it would help me with understanding, and we can talk about this for a moment. So it would help me really. So first thing, one of my first aha moments, one of my beginning was when Teresa Caputo said she saw in black and white. So I was like, I see in black and white. So that was an aha moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And then when I saw Sonia Rinaldi, when she came and did Touching Eternity last year, she's the one that brings your loved ones out on cloth. And so what she does is she has this cloth out and she shines a light, and she was giving you the science behind it. And how when she puts the light on the cloth, the face of your loved one starts to appear in the reflections of the light. And so they can manipulate the light to form your loved ones. Well, that's what happens in my head. When the light, when I get the light into my third eye, pictures start manipulating in my head. That's exactly what happens.
That's interesting.
And so she explained it exactly how I was receiving what I receive through clairvoyance. Now there are I do my other clairs too.
Do you dream in color, or do you
sometimes
dream in white?
both?
Okay.
Both. But dreams are different.
Yeah.
Dreams are at a different level of consciousness.
Okay.
You
I
know?
always ask people that one too, and then also like, what language do you dream in?
I've dreamt in. I've actually had multilingual dreams where, So
that's why, because it is a different level of consciousness.
It's a different level of consciousness.
So that's how it's interesting to me too.
So yeah, it's definitely a different level of consciousness, and but for me, and again, we're all different. I mean, I know people who see very clearly and see in color and see things, and that's fine. I just don't see it that way, and that's whatever. Like I said, whatever works for you works for you. But but the one thing I know that works for everybody, and it's been consistent with every person I've ever met, is that the key factor to reading is you have to trust what you get.
Yes, trust your spirit guides always.
They're
not lying to you.
And if you don't trust what you get, then you might as well hang it up. You have to trust it. You can't, Yeah, and then again, and you have to be ethical, because I got people that take some wild stuff and freak. You have to be very ethical on what you say, because you're dealing with people's lives. You're dealing with people's emotions. You're dealing with their lives. You're dealing. You could say something could really harm somebody, and so you have to take that in consideration. So you do have to be careful what you say to people. You can be crazy about it, but you got to watch what you say.
And I always like to do the confidentiality with it too. It's almost like attorneys and
when you're in a gallery, though, when you're in a gallery, you can't be confidential.
One-on-one,
one-on-one is confidential. But when you're in a gallery and you're sitting there with, 15 to 200 people in a room, because I've had galleries as big as 200 and as small as 6, 4 or 6, but these other people in a room, everybody's going to know what you're saying.
True.
But you try to you be mindful of what you say.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing a gallery at the cannery one night, and a woman's son came to me, and I started to give the description, and she took it, and I looked at her and I said, "Ma'am, I just really need you to come see me after the show." And she did, and I was able to connect with her then. But I knew something told me, don't go to her right now. So I knew,
because you trusted your spirits,
right? And I knew not to go to her right then and there. So those things do happen, with connecting. So, but, so if anybody out there wants to go to Touch in Eternity, it's June 4th to June 8th. I will tell you, get your tickets, because you're going to need to get a hotel room. The last day to get the deal on the hotel is going to be April the 30th. So if you want to go, you need to get that hotel room booked before April 30th, because that's the price. We got the hotel room is basically, it's $79 a night.
That's really good.
That's really good. They're nice rooms.
Yeah,
it's at a Holiday Inn. It's nice rooms.
That's better than like.
And it's a $15. It is a $15 resort fee. It's normally $30, but when you check out, they cut that $30 in half to $15. So basically it's $15 per night for the resort fee. That includes your shuttles back and forth to the theme parks. That includes your towel service. That includes your parking is free, which is another $20 a night you're saving if you drive. So it's a good deal.
Yes, it is.
So check it out. That's on my website. There's going to be, you're going to see a lot from here on out. From this, we're doing heavy marketing between now and April 30th. You're going to see Scott, Dominic, myself posting a lot of material on Facebook, YouTube, and on TikTok about Touch in Eternity. You're going to see it a lot. Please get it out there. Please, if you see it, share it. We really would like to have, this place can hold 500 people. We would love to I'd be happy with I don't want it to be too big, but I'd be happy with 100. So we're trying to get there. We have already sold. I'm happy with what we sold already. Good. I'm gonna say that. It's
a lot of people like myself are last minute people. So
and that's fine. All I'm saying is if you're one of those last minute people, to get that good hotel price, you have to book
April 30th. Put it in your phones. Make a note.
Make a note. April 30th. And you're gonna get to see live seance. You're gonna get to see me do a gallery. You'll get to see Dominic do a gallery. Have anybody seen Dominic Bogue work? He is phenomenal. You're gonna see me work. I'm phenomenal.
Yes, you are.
You'll get to see Josephine do psychic art, she's phenomenal. And actually, if Chris is still online, she's actually doing some psychic art classes right now with Josephine. So, and she'll tell you Josephine is really good. She's really a good teacher. She's a good mentor. She's funny. She's got that Scottish accent from Scotland. She's absolutely wonderful. I love me some Josephine. So we got a really good crew this time for Touch in Eternity, and I'm extremely happy about it. So hope to see you guys there. Hope you can make it. I know a few of you can't, and that's fine. It's going to be a great time. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about it. The Aura camera will be there. That would be an extra charge. That's not part of the thing. I am going to bring it though in case anybody wants an Aura photo, and I will do. Some of the tutors might offer readings. I don't know. Yeah, that's a question I've been getting. Are some of the tutors offering sessions? Normally, if they're working all day, they don't like to. I'm probably not going to offer sessions, but Stacy will be there with me, and she'll be taking Aura photos. I will do the readings on those pictures for those who do get those. That's the only kind of reading I'm going to probably be doing. Because after teaching all day and then demonstrating, I am not...
You're spent.
I'm spent. But I will read Aura photos if people do get those at the event, if they do purchase those. Because that's separate from Touch in Eternity. But you don't have to buy those. It's not an extra piece of the event. It's going to be... It's something completely outside the event. So... Oh, there also, too, which I didn't share with y'all, there's a meet and greet. There's going to be a cocktail meet and greet the first night so that you'll get to meet everybody there. And there's a cocktail. You'll get a cocktail and get to walk around and meet everybody.
Those are always fun. Yeah. Good icebreaker.
Yeah. So that was suggested last year at the last year's event. So this hotel was able to give us a good package with that. So
good.
We
going.
included that this time. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. So y'all have any questions for us? Where are we at in the time zone?
9:09.
Okay,
Central
cool.
Time.
We did good.
We are right on time.
I know. We did good. Anybody have any questions for us? I'll be in Tulsa this weekend if y'all want to come fight the snow with me.
Yeah, we're getting another cold front coming through tomorrow. I mean, I can feel it tonight in the air already.
But then it gets warm again. It's
That's why
Saturday
everyone's
and Sunday.
sick. Yep. But it's supposed to rain all day Sunday.
Well, I'll be in Tulsa till Monday morning.
You'll be escaping it with the tumbleweeds.
Yeah. No, it's snow there now.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
snowstorm and ice.
I just picture tumbleweeds always.
Saturday's low in Tulsa is 1 degree.
Oh.
I'll be in that hotel. I told Magna, I don't know how we're going to get food at the hotel. It's going to be an Uber Eats. It's going to be an Uber Eats event.
Weekend, yes.
Uber Eats weekend. I'm going to pull a Alicia.
Yes,
Uber
yes.
Eats.
That's my normal mode of dining.
It's gonna be an Uber
It's just
Eats.
easier than going to the grocery store.
And there's a restaurant. There's 2 restaurants right across the street. I am not crossing the street in 1 degree.
Oh God, no!
Yeah.
Unless you take the blanket with from the hotel and just like wrap it around you and go.
Not even
in
doing
addition, no.
But
They
Uber
can
across
deliver
the
it.
street.
They can deliver
Uber
it.
across the street.
If you're at a hotel, they deliver it right to your room.
I know.
So.
Oh,
yeah.
I travel a lot. I know that.
Yes. I Uber a lot. I know that.
So, okay, guys, and no more questions for us. Then we are going to sign out. There's only 4 people online, and I haven't seen any new questions on TikTok. So we are going to log out for the night. Then we love you guys, and we
Have
will
a lovely evening.
And let's see. Let's just speak. See y'all later. Good night. Thank you for joining us at Touch in Eternity, the podcast. We'll see you next Wednesday, 8 o'clock. I will be on some more probably here and there to talk to you during the week.